it going, everyone? Flips here, testing a new custom Enchantments plugin for the Mystian Networks faction server to be released in 1 day. So let's get started. So these are custom armor, sword and bow enchantments. So the first enchantment we have here is Nimbus Enchantment. Nimbus Enchantment lets you fly for a small duration of time, meaning you can access new areas or just be really OP in PvP. It does have a cooldown though, I'll just warn you of that. Okay, so our next enchantment is the Heat Resistance enchantment. Heat Resistance allows you to, basically gives you full immunity to any form of lava, fire, any sort of damage like that. We'll go through this as quickly as possible. The next enchantment is the Telepathy enchantment. The Telepathy enchantment lets you throw entities, so like TNT blocks, sheep, pigs, anything. You can throw players if you like. I'd say it's probably the main reason for it actually. So if we just get some sheep here, get some sheep eggs. And we put on our telepathy helmet. All you have to do is walk up and right click. Sweet, let's move on to the next one. Okay, so over here we have a very CPU intensive potion spammer, and our next enchantment is Immunity. Now just ignore the fact that we have Vitality on there. Actually, I'm going to remove the Vitality off that chest plate by throwing it off the edge. High diamond chest plate. So there we go. So we've got our immunity chest plate, and what immunity does is it allows you to not take negative potion effects, believe it or not. So while positive potion effects still work, negative potion effects will not affect you. And I'm going to go turn off this lag machine. There we go. Sweet. Get rid of that one. Now our next one is our Combustion Bow. Now Combustion Bow allows you to fire explosive arrows. Yes, that is my own little favourite personal touch. Using relatively the same code used for the Explosive Arrows plugin that I created in one of my plugin tutorials. And so it uses 16 TNT plus 1 arrow. You must be shift clicking to use it. So let's move on. Okay, our next enchantment is the Swiftness Boots. So when you put these boots on, you gain a permanent Swiftness boost based on their level. So Swiftness 2 gives you Swiftness 2 boost. Let's move on. So the next one, we've got our Satchel upgrade. So the Satchel upgrade allows you to throw prime TNT. Just shift, right click, same deal as before. Yeah, the same deal before with the requires 16 TNT to use. Okay, our next one is the Ender Aspect Bow. So the Ender Aspect Bow allows you, if I quickly spawn a mob over there, the Ender Aspect Bow allows you to either pull an entity towards you or teleport to wherever it hits. So it requires 1 Ender Pearl. So I'm going to pull the sheep over here to stand on the pressure pad for me. You must be shift right clicking. Oh, okay, let's try that again. So let's spawn a couple. So yeah, so any entity hit, including players, will be pulled towards you. You'd think I would have thought of a better way of getting the sheep onto the pressure pads. Unfortunately, I'm real bad, but we can. Oh, let's just throw an Enderpearl on there. Yay! So that's the teleporting them to you. Just shift right click. If you hit an entity, they'll be teleported to you. Otherwise, you will be teleported to the block it hit. Like so. Perfect. I did not line that up at all. Okay, moving on to part 2 of the Enchantments plugin showcase. So what we have here is the Concealing Enchantment. Now, the enchantment isn't exactly in this chest. The enchantment is on a person who's right there. The Concealing Enchantment makes you completely invisible, even on the server, until a person becomes within 8 blocks range. Now, you only become uninvisible to that person. So that means that if another player was standing there, they would not be able to see him, but as you can see, I can, when I move into his radius, he becomes visible. One thing to note about this enchantment is that if you, wherever he is, if you engage in PvP, you become visible to everyone on the server until a certain amount of time, where you become invisible again. Moving on to the next one, we have the Consumption Enchantment. Now, what this enchantment does is it will automatically eat food for you from your inventory. Now, as you can see, I have no food in my inventory at the moment, but if we pull some out, you can see it automatically consumed one. Ooh, pardon me. It automatically consumed 1 cooked beef. Now this will not waste food if I run around for a little bit, or actually I can't, it might take a little while, because the helmet will overconsume if it has to. So that means that you're not wasting food. If you consume 8 health bars worth of food and you only have 1 health bar missing, you will then overconsume those extra 7. So you don't need to worry about wasting food. Yep. The next enchantment is the Ignite Enchantment. And what the Ignite Enchantment does is when an entity or player hits you, that entity is lit on fire. Hello. Oh, there we go. They're automatically lit on fire. Pretty simple. Not too much to that one. The next enchantment is the Night Vision Helmet. Just does what it says. Put it on. Yeah. Excuse me. Yay, night vision. Next one, you got the Vitality chestplate. What this chestplate does is when you put it on, you have increased health. So there we go. We have an increased max health of an additional 5 hunger bars. 5 health bars, sorry. And that is calculated by 2 plus the level of Vitality, 3 being the max level. So right now we have 5, 2 plus Vitality 3. Okay, let's move on to the next one. So the next one we have the Injection Upgrade. Now, pull these out. Let's just prepare. Okay, so the Injection Bow works as so. You can left click with it, shift left click to open the bow's inventory, and you can shift click in help. You can only, you can shift click in potions. Now the problem is that you can't shift click in any other items. It'll only accept potions. Now it'll accept both standard and splash potions, but when fired, will fire the potion effect as if the entity drank it. So when an entity is hit by it, they will basically consume that potion effect. Shift left click to fire an injection. The injections will fire from left to right, so we've got 2 invisibilities. So if we just fire them, you can see both the skeleton and the witch went invisible. Now our next one is we have a poison potion, a poison potion, a slowness potion, and another poison potion. We use those. That's our poison. That's our slowness. And let's fire another poison. Well, looks like one of the witches did it for us. Let's fire one. You can see the witch gains poison 2 effect. So that is for now. I will be doing a showcase on how to get these enchantments on the day of the release, which is tomorrow. Really hope you enjoyed the video. I know I'm not the most interesting person, but I would like to get a good video for the server before its release date, just to show off some of the cool features. And that's me.